So somebody tried to make the shooting about Bernie Sanders. There was an article in Mother Jones. This is why gun control advocates will never forgive Bernie Sanders. It's a much bigger deal than he's letting on. I'm going to guess that was written by that Clara Jaffrey, whatever her name is. She's the editor over there. She is a mental case.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow. Something happened in her childhood, and she is working it out publicly. She is bad news. Anyway.
So how did they...
So somebody tweets out, one of the many reasons I loathe Bernie Sanders, because... he only got a D.
It was a D minus.
He got a D minus from. He'd only got a D minus, not a F, from the NRA. He got a D minus. That wasn't good enough, I guess. So this guy, Lawrence Douche Tribe, another big mouth on Twitter. He says, "Loathe may be a bit strong, but given Senator Sanders' shabby answer in the primaries to the question of why he took that terrible pro-gun industry position, he owes the families of murdered Florida children a really convincing answer to that question, and owes it right now." So now Bernie Sanders is responsible for mass shootings in schools.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
This is unbelievable.
And
by the way, Democrats had complete control of government, didn't do a goddamn thing about it. Not a goddamn thing about it. But somehow Bernie Sanders, another guy who got cheated out of the fucking power that he wished he could actually do something. He was supposed to be president. You guys cheated him. So here Peter Douche actually says, he retweets Lawrence Tribe, and he says, "Be like Lawrence. Lawrence knew it was completely immoral and ridiculous to blame Bernie for the senseless tragedy in Florida until 2 days have passed. Then it's perfectly fine."
Oh, Peter Douche. Love him. Can't wait for his book. He's so funny.
I mean, again, this is the hate percent of people, Democrats. Bernie is the most popular politician in the country. Who are they preaching to? A tiny, tiny, tiny section of voters who have big megaphones, because that would be MSNBC, CNN, New York Times. See, they don't want progressives.
And you know what? That tiny percent of voters, they can just go over to Verity. Oh, wait, they can't anymore.
That's gone.
Sorry. Hashtag fail.
We shouldn't be satisfied until people of all colors, creeds, and sexual persuasions can serve as president and cave into the NRA. That's what I say. America's two greatest enemies, U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the NRA. Right?
Yeah.
One promotes fascism and the other provides the guns for it. Come on.
Yeah.
Think about that. 2 congresspeople have bullets in them. They still don't do anything about it.
Well, I always say, I mean, the NRA, like, I used to live in Nashville where they would have the NRA, like, big rally every year. And just the stronghold that the NRA has is just unbelievable. And it's like, you just think, like, if their cause was, like, single-payer healthcare, we'd have it in a day. We'd get it immediately if that was their cause. But instead, their cause is making sure everybody with a pulse can get a gun, no matter what. That's their cause.
The problem with single-payer is there's no money in it. It actually saves people money, so corporations make less money.
Yep.
So that's why there's no big corporations pushing for it. Although you think they would, because they have to provide health care for their workers.
Right.
Which is an unbelievable burden that other countries don't have on their corporations, right? Mm-hmm. There you go. They've somehow managed to blame, even though, so again, if you're really against killing and all that, and you'd be for reigning in the Pentagon, but you're not. So it's all window dressing. When Joe Scarborough gets up there and yells, "I'm not letting anybody come on my show who's got a pro-gun stance," but pro-war is okay. Right? Shooting up a school is bad, but dropping a bomb on one is okay. Bankrupting our treasury for foreign wars for no reason, creating misery everywhere, that's okay. So that's the point I would like to make about the shooting. And now don't let anyone forget that the Democrats could have passed a law, and they didn't. So this idea you vote in Democrats, everyone's angry at the Republicans. Democrats had complete control of the fucking government. They didn't do a goddamn thing about it. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget that. That's important.
Yeah, and bringing it to Bernie Sanders, I mean, I don't even think we need to reiterate how absolutely ridiculous that is. But that's like comparing like a broken arm to a paper cut at best. You know, I mean, I remember when that happened during the debates, and it had something to do with like local store owners being held accountable, which he felt like wasn't necessarily a fair thing to do, and that's the only reason he has a D- and not an F. So it was like just such a little like thing.
I know.
And I'm not saying Bernie's perfect. I've disagreed with him on some stuff, but it's like to harp on that. I mean that is such
the guy who gets a D-.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
the guy.
It's
and by
such
the
an
way,
over politicization that it's gross.
The Democratic Party had complete control of government. They didn't pass a goddamn gun law. So you tell me who's the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So please make sure you're subscribed. They're unsubscribing everyone all the time. Even if you think you are, you're probably not subscribed. Make sure you double check and click that bell. I hope everyone's doing that. And our shows are all sold. Oh, we have a show in San Diego on the 24th of February, right? There's some tickets available for
There's
that.
still a few. Get them now.
A few tickets.
Yeah.
Our show in Austin sold out. We might add another show. We'll see. It sold out quick. So our March 30th show in Burbank might have to be moved. So we're going to double check that, but that might have to be moved. And as with the rest of our dates at Flappers. But we'll double check and let you know on Monday about that. Thanks for your support.